together the best from all the league to show them how to play and form a mighty.
And welcome back this afternoon. Of course, we have a great round of matches continuing on a very great season in 2015 of the 94.7 match of the day. It's really wind the clock back to some great grand finals when the Bannockburn Tigers take on the Thompson Tigers, and we say the same gag every time they play. You can bet for sure that the Tigers are going to win this game, Mitch.
Yeah, they certainly will. I can remember the year that we beat Bannockburn out at Thompson. It was a bit controversial. The river
when you watered the ground for 3 days?
The river came up 3 feet and I reckon we watered the ground. But anyway, that's another story.
Couldn't find the super sopper.
No, it was down in Warrnambool. We tried to get it there.
It wasn't available.
It wasn't available. But look, this will be a really good game. I think, to be quite truthful, these two sides are the two sides that will probably battle out for 5th position. I personally believe that the top 4 sides stand above the rest. Bannockburn certainly have recruited some good players, and they should, on their home ground, really challenge to beat Thompson. But I'm going to pick Thompson. Surprise, surprise. Really good win last week. It was a classic come from behind win, and if we can get a couple of players back that were injured, I think Thompson will take it up to Bannockburn out there. But it'll be a great game. It'll be a close result, but I'm picking the Tommy Tigers.
Grubby.
Well, I'm not going to agree with you, but I'm not going to disagree with you either, because I haven't seen Bannockburn play. So I really can't comment on what they're doing. They've got a really good draw. I think the first 7 rounds only play one side who made the 5 last year. So I just don't know how good they are. If the way people are talking them up, then I think they'll belch us, and I don't think you will be going for 5th spot. But who knows yet? There's still plenty of water under the bridge. I saw Thompson round 1. Even though they got belted, they were competitive early. I'll go for Bannockburn, but just on the sake of what I've heard.
Alex, Bannockburn in good form at the moment after last week's game, but a great win by the Tommy Tigers as well.
Oh, forget about the team performance. Tom Mullane Grant just racked up those goals.
Geez, you're going to milk that, aren't you?
I want to highlight Thompson, only one player so far selected for the interleague squad. Not going to mention any names upstairs, but that's a bit. Have they been watching the Tommy Tigers go?
Obviously not, Alex.
Obviously not, but look, we're going to be nice and friendly, and we're going to go for Bannockburn.
Good on you, mate. Well, that looks like a great game this afternoon. It is the 94.7 match of the day from 1:30 this afternoon on 94.7. Of course, don't forget to tune in at 12 o'clock for hashtag Giddy Up with Mitch talking about all the local footy and the AFL as well. Should be a great afternoon on the Pulse. The next game we're going to talk about is the Belmont Lions, and they are going along very, very nicely at the moment, taking on Geelong West, who have turned the corner a little bit with a nice win last week. Grubby, can Geelong West make it 2 in a row, or are the Belmont Lions too good at Winter Resort?
No, down at Winter Resort. I've seen both sides play, and I think Belmont have quite a few goals in front of them just at this stage. Quite a few new players down at Belmont, and they look really, really good against Inverleigh a couple of weeks ago. Had an easy one last week. I think they'll be too strong for West.
Alex, what do you reckon, mate?
Well, I reckon these two sides are amongst the fittest and most, speed improvers of the pre-season. Of course, being linked with Jets, both those clubs does help. I'll still go for Belmont with the home advantage, but I don't think it's going to be a big margin. I really did like what I see from the highlights tape at Geelong West.
Mitch?
Belmont by 100 points.
Oh, jeez. Settle, petal. Unbelievable. Well, the Werribee Ducks, they host their game this afternoon, and they take on the Anarchy Roos, who I'll start with you, Alex, because the Anarchy Roos looked a little bit ordinary last week, but Werribee Central as well, they might be coming all right again.
I'm happy to tip either side on this occasion. I'm just going with Werribee. It's good to see Chesterman and some of the young boys get a go on Saturday night. So, looking for the Centrals to get a win.
Both struggling, Grubby, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, well, I went to the Saturday night game, and I think Werribee were going to win it and win it well, but all of a sudden they had one bloke on the bench for halfway through the second quarter, and then none for the rest of the game. So it's a game of rotations these days, and they didn't have any. So, but not taking anything from West, they still had to come back and win it. But if they don't get the players like the centre forward, the full forward, and Buddy and Montebruno and the new kid Balaguer, if they don't get those blokes back, Anarchy will knock them off.
And the Buddy brother a bit quiet last week too.
Well, he was one of the ones that come off in the second quarter.
Yeah, I know, that's right. But the Buddy brothers dominated the week before.
Oh, well, you can't dominate when you're in the rooms with ice around your legs, you goose. Jeez.
What can I say with this bloke? Where do you go? Mitch?
Look, I'm going to go for Anarchy. I think the home ground advantage there will, play into their hands. They're a good young side, Anarchy. They've been competitive all the way through for most of the games. Is it true, Grubby, that you've got new goalposts out there at Werribee?
I don't know. If we have, they're not as tall as the ones you knocked off, anyhow.
There's no doubt about that, Grubby. They're certainly not as tall. But I heard today that you've got new goalposts. I just thought I'd ask this about you. Like they reckon you haven't won a game since you've had them. No. But, I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. But, look, I'm going to go for Anarchy because I think they're a good young side, a side on the up and up, and
they've
really
got the home ground advantage.
Home ground advantage, and well, have they?
They're playing at Werribee, you
Well,
galah.
it's the home ground advantage. You know, you just can't win with those big goalposts. That's what I'm saying. No? But no, you had a lot of injuries last week. I was talking to a bloke from Werribee today, and he said that the same as you, they thought they were going to win, but you can't have all those injuries, and he doesn't think they'll be back. So I will certainly pick Anarchy today.
Yeah. Fair enough. Out at the Chris Barclay Oval, the North Geelong Magpies going along very nicely at the moment, taking on a struggling Winchelsea Blues at the moment. Mitch, I'll start with you, seeing you're hot to trot at the moment. And the Winchelsea Blues cause an upset.
I wouldn't have thought so. North Geelong are taking all before them, Dick, and really, you know, they certainly are stamping their authority on the competition. Runners up last year. I wouldn't be surprised if they go one better this year. Good young side, well coached, and certainly. You know, Winchelsea certainly are struggling a little bit, but no, I think North Geelong by a big margin.
Grubby.
Yeah, I don't know if North Geelong have improved that much with the players that they've lost. Blokes like Miller and a few of those blokes, they've lost some players, and I haven't seen them yet to know whether the blokes they've brought in are good enough to cover those blokes. So I'm going for Winch in an upset.
Really though, well, sincerely though, Grubby, I have to agree with you. North haven't really had a big test just yet, and won't be a big test this afternoon either. What are you giggling about now? You're an idiot. Fair dinkum.
Robbie certainly lost his mind.
Probably yes. Alice?
North Geelong, but keep your eye out on Winchelsea's Josh Karacha, another one made on the interleague side after 60 games of Bellarine.
Fair enough. Out of the Ring Road Recreation Reserve, the Belpost Hill Panthers, well, they were reeling after their loss to Inverleigh last week. I don't envy Caraya, Alex, taking on a very angry Panther.
Neither do I, and you know they lost BJ O'Toole, we forgot to mention last Saturday morning as well. So, look, congrats to a former teammate of mine, Zach Matheson, playing seniors for Corio now, but yeah, it'll be Belpost Day.
Grubby.
Yeah, look.
Easy.
Well, it depends. Belpost Hill might be a little bit lucky they've struck Corio because they had 9 blokes out that they could play against Inverleigh. Don't want to take anything away from Inverleigh, but by geez, 9 including Wood, who will come back into that side, they'll still be a power and they'll win this week.
In a word.
Yeah,
Mitch.
I think Belpost Hill.
And very quickly, guys, we're out of time again. East Geelong and Inverleigh out at the Kevin O'Leary Oval. Mitch?
Inverleigh.
Grubby?
Inverleigh.
Alex?
Hawks.
Hawks, there you go. Okay. All right, well, thanks, guys, for coming in again. Good luck this afternoon with the call. Grubby with the big game out at the Victoria Park, the Bannockburn-Thompson clash. Mitch, have an enjoyable afternoon watching your Tommy Tigers play, of course, no doubt.
Out of Bannock.
And Alex, you'll be off to see the Colts very shortly, no doubt.
Don't go abusing anyone out there.
Just
No,
down
no,
the road,
everything's
actually, we're
good.
going to East Geelong
Fantastic.
now.
Well, okay, thanks again for your company on a Saturday morning. We certainly enjoyed it, don't you worry about that. Hope your footy team wins this afternoon. See you all again next Saturday morning. Bye for now.
We come together, the best from all the league, to show them how to play and form a mighty team. The pride of our region with all our favourite sons, never ever beaten, Australia's #1. We'll get the goals, boys, right from the jump, if we use some handball and never shirk a ball. So give it all your best as we answer to the call. Geelong in district football, the greatest league of all. Come together, the best from all the league, to show them how to play and form a mighty team. The pride of our region with all our favourite sons, never ever beaten, Australia's #1. We'll get the goals, boys, right from the jump.